What's worse, dying quickly or feeling every agonizing moment as your body is slowly carved apart? Your flesh being slowly peeled away, piece by piece, while you're still alive. Every nerve, every muscle exposed to agonizing pain. But death doesn't come quickly. It drags on for hours, sometimes days. This was Ling, one of the most terrifying executions in history. Also known as the death by 1,000 cuts, this torturous method of execution struck terror into the hearts of people for nearly 1,000 years in China. The practice of Ling began as early as the 10th century, reserved for the most heinous criminals, those accused of treason, patricide, or extreme betrayal. The condemned were tied to a post in public, a spectacle meant to deter future crimes. But this was no quick death. Instead, the executioner wielded their blade with precision, gradually removing pieces of flesh, prolonging the victim's suffering. The torment began with binding the victim tightly to a wooden frame, preventing any possibility of escape or resistance. Then the executioner made the first cut. It was a small, shallow slice, perhaps to the chest or arms, meant to break the skin but not kill. Bit by bit, larger sections of flesh were removed, carefully avoiding major arteries to keep the victim alive. The agony intensified as limbs were slowly mutilated. Fingers, toes, hands and feet were cut off one by one. In some cases, entire limbs would be amputated, drawing out the torment. Hours and sometimes even days passed before the final cut was delivered. For some, it was a blow to the heart. For others, decapitation ended their nightmare. One of the most notorious victims of Ling was a man named Yuan Chonghuan, a military leader accused of treason during the Ming dynasty. His death was particularly horrifying. Witnesses described how his body was sliced piece by piece, with the final stroke mercifully ending his suffering after hours of brutal mutilation. But Ling wasn't just about the physical pain. It was also intended to destroy a person's spirit in death. In Chinese belief, the dismemberment of a body in this way condemned the soul, preventing it from resting peacefully in the afterlife. Despite its horrifying brutality, Ling continued until 1905, when the Qing dynasty officially banned it. The ban came as China moved towards modernization, and this ancient form of execution was finally seen as too barbaric for a society on the brink of transformation. Though Ling has faded into history, its terrifying memory lingers. A method of execution so brutal, it left scars not just on the bodies of its victims, but on the collective conscience of a civilization. But here's a thought. If such a punishment existed for over 900 years, what does that say about the nature of fear and power? And could humanity still harbor such cruelty within, waiting to resurface in another form? Share your thoughts. Embark on a chilling journey through history's darkest corners. Choose Path A and witness the most horrifying execution ever recorded, a spectacle that will leave you shaken. Or delve into the terrifying history of lobotomy. Your decision will determine your fate. The journey begins now.